Good, Margie. Let's see here. Well, good morning. Let's see here. That's Dawn and Deyago, right? Good morning. Welcome today.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
And Nancy made it too. Cassie, all right. Hey, Rhonda. Just going through. Good morning, Mr. Nick. Ryan, welcome, welcome.
Hello. Thank you.
Hey, Miss Perez, wonderful. Even Tom, good old Tom. It's so early for him. All right. Well, hopefully this storm is not dampening your all's spirits today. All right, somebody's knocking.
Hi, Ann.
Hello.
Hi.
What's going on?
Everything. How about you?
Well, it's just trying to get used to modern technology. I'm not the best.
Listen, nobody is. These meetings can go completely haywire.
Well, welcome. Well, thank you for that vote of confidence. I cannot wait to see where we go with that one, Christy. All right. Well, we like to try to start close to the 8:30 dot. Want to really thank everyone for getting up and joining in. I know people will be joining us as we roll here a little bit, but why don't we just go ahead and say good morning, hello. Let's do just a little bit of self-introduction. I'm trying to figure out how these, I'm trying to screen to where I can find the starting point and just go down. Amy, since you're sitting in the control box, why don't you start? And then that way you have a bigger screen view than what I have. How's that?
Okay. All right. Thanks, Aaron. Hello. Good morning, everyone. My name is Amy Fus-Kapoor, and I help the Highlands group with press releases and media communications and things like that. And so we'll just go around. I guess we'll just go around and introduce ourselves. Let's start with Georgia sweet potato pie. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Good morning. Hi, my name is Dawn Urrutia, and I am co-owner of Georgia Sweet Potato Pie Company.
My name is Deyago Urrutia, co-owner of Georgia Sweet Potato Pie Company.
Wonderful.
Thank you. And then Mr. Grissom.
Yeah, hi, Jason Grissom. I'm the major of the 5th Division, Louisville Metro Police. I've only been here since late December, so I'm still trying to get to know everybody and who's who, but I've met a lot of folks so far. And obviously the Highlands business area, the business district is vital to what we do and to the city. So I'm glad to be here, listen to you, answer your questions, and get to know you all. And hopefully once we can meet in person, we can do that and we can get some things accomplished.
Okay, thank you. Cassie?
Hi, I'm Cassie Chambers Armstrong. I am the Metro Council representative for District 8. Glad to be here with you all. And I have a couple of events I want to put on your all's radar, but I'll wait till, I think I might, I'll wait till later on in the agenda and not slow down our morning introductions with that quite yet, but glad to be with you all this morning.
Thanks, Cassie. Nancy?
Good morning, I'm Nancy Chazen. I'm still waking up, but I am the Executive Director of National Council of Jewish Women. We own and operate the Nearly News Shop, and our office and our store is in the Mid-City Mall.
Okay, thanks, Nancy. Next up is Rhonda. Good morning.
Good morning. My name is Rhonda Poston, and I met Aaron on one of the LIBA events, and he invited me to your meeting. I'm with Anytime Waste. We're the only local garbage company in Louisville.
Oh.
You picked a good day to show up. We're talking trash today.
Well, that's interesting because we just launched a new program with our marketing company it's about keeping Louisville clean. So it just started yesterday, so you'll see more to come.
Wonderful. At the end of the meeting, we'll have some shameless promotion and just cannot wait for you to get it. Let us know what it is.
Okay. Aaron, do you want to introduce yourself?
Well, hi, Aaron Gavan. Real estate is what Gavan Mitchell does. Glad that you're all joining us, and it's sort of exciting times. New businesses opening on Bardstown Road, and one of those just happened to be the Georgia Sweet Potato Pie Company. And I've had the pleasure, before the brick and mortar store opened up, I remember them doing a pop-up over on Logan's Market or Logan Street Market. So, and I've been a few of us, I believe, have been tantalating our taste buds. So cannot thank you all enough for joining us, and look forward to a little bit more information. If we may, since Major Grissom could always be called away instantly, could you give us a little update of what's going on in the Highlands area?
Oh, yeah, the Highlands still continue to be very safe overall. And I knew that coming in. A big part of that is because of the community involvement of not only the residents, but the businesses. They communicate with each other well. They communicate with law enforcement in the city very well, and that keeps it safe. What we're seeing still, especially in the Bar District, a lot of stolen cars. So not surprisingly, the overwhelming majority of these are vehicles that are left unlocked with key fobs or keys still in the car. Theft from vehicles, it's the same issue, cars being left unlocked and property being stolen. So the thing that I would push is lock your cars. Take your valuables out of your car when you do go in for long periods of time. The thieves out there really know what they're doing. They're very fast, they're very efficient, and especially surprisingly, it just amazes me how many people leave guns in their car and unlock their car. It's frustrating. It contributes to the violence throughout the city. So please push that. Lock your cars, take your valuables out of your car. Other than that, we're not seeing really any substantial patterns. There was a rash of burglaries. One of them did hit on Bardstown Road. It had a very specific MO where a pickup truck would actually ram the front door of the business, and then the burglars would go inside and loot what they wanted. Only one in my division got hit. It was on Bardstown Road. We've got some good leads on it. Some other parts of Bardstown Road, further down past the Waterson and Preston Highway, they got hit as well. We had about 7 total. So we've got some leads. If nothing develops over the next couple of days, you should start to see some media blast with some photographs of the suspects, and hopefully we can identify them. We haven't seen another outbreak of this since the weekend. It only happened on one night. So just bringing that to your attention, be on the lookout for that. They were very aggressive and very fast and very efficient. Hopefully we can catch them. Other than that, I'm not seeing a whole lot of crime patterns or crime issues. Speeding and traffic on Bardstown Road is a bit of an issue. I don't have a lot to throw at it, but I have been, me and Councilwoman Armstrong have been talking. We're coming up with some solutions for it. I've got a little bit of traffic enforcement out there today. I'd rather have it on the weekends, but I don't have the staffing this weekend, so we're going to do it today. So hopefully we can start to make an impact, start to see a little bit safer streets out there on Bardstown Road.
Well, thank you for the heads up. Hopefully we'll learn to behave ourselves while you're around. Cassie, always glad to have you, and thank you for being available. You say we got some hot items this morning?
Yeah, well, thanks for having me. And I just wanted to flag a couple of upcoming things for people's radars. The conversation continues about the future of the Cherokee Park Scenic Loop, and lots of, concerns about accessibility issues, equity issues, hearing a lot from people on both sides of the issue, people who say we need a dedicated space without cars in the park, people who say the park's not accessible if we don't sort of give cars full access. So we're having a series of events next week to sort of really talk about accessibility and what it means for a park to be accessible, and sort of all of the different options, and really begin to brainstorm sort of what it would mean to make our park accessible to people with all different types of disabilities and mobility issues. So I'm having in-person office hours on Tuesday. I'm going to basically be set up at the park all afternoon from 3 p.m. until 7 p.m. I'm asking folks to pre-register in advance, come sit, talk to me for about 15 minutes. Social distancing is going to apply, and we're going to limit it to just a few people at a time. Please, if you're someone who's technologically savvy, save those time spots for people who are less technologically savvy. Those are sort of intended for older individuals who might not be as tech savvy, or people who might not have reliable internet. People who be less technologically savvy. Those are sort of intended for older individuals who are savvy, or people who have reliable.
I think somebody's audio's on.
Are you all hearing? Okay, I think the feedback went away. I was hearing an echo of myself about 3 seconds after I was talking, and it was like one of those things that was I could see how it could drive someone mad. But yes, so please help push out that information. A lot of people after our last meeting said, hey, I have an elderly father who's in his 90s, and he doesn't know how to use a Facebook Live meeting, but he really wants to have his voice heard. Those office hours are going to be right outside of the Cherokee Golf Course clubhouse. So you can drive right up. I'll be sitting in a chair. I'll have other chairs for folks. Come chat with me about accessibility issues and equity issues in the park. We're also going to have a virtual town hall with experts on accessibility and equity. We're going to run the different plans through the racial equity toolkit at the city. So we're going to really just have a conversation about some of those particular issues. That's next Thursday from 6 to 7 p.m. And of course, I'm also available for phone calls, video calls, anything. I'm hearing from a lot of people, which is good. People feel very, very passionately. And so I'm telling folks, I am not the ultimate decision maker. It's the Parks Department, but I'm trying to make sure that I provide as many avenues as possible for people to contact me. The other thing is on April 21st, that's a Wednesday evening, we're going to have a virtual town hall on people experiencing homelessness in our community. We're going to be joined by a group of sort of outreach folks, nonprofit folks. I'm hoping Major Grissom or someone from his department will be able to join as well, even though I haven't asked him yet. But hopefully someone from the LMPD side. And we're really just going to talk about sort of what the issues around people who are unhoused in our communities are, how we can be good neighbors, what best practices are, and help explain sort of what happens on the backside. Sort of what does it take? You see someone who's unhoused, you reach out to these different groups through these different avenues that we're going to talk about. And then what sort of happens to get someone into housing and to get someone more into a more stable condition, and what's that process like? So that's going to be at 6 p.m. Hope you guys will tune in for that virtual town hall. I get a lot of questions about sort of everything from what should I do when I see someone who's unhoused in the neighborhood, and sort of also how big picture, what kind of policies can we implement to make sure that we are taking care of vulnerable members of our community. So going to be talking about all of that stuff. And then April 24th, I know that you all know all about this, and so I won't harp on it too much, but really excited about the community cleanup. I'm working in terms of getting different churches, different neighborhood associations to join the Highland Commerce Guild and come pick up. I also am going to have just a small little District 8 token of appreciation for everyone who volunteers to come help pick up trash that day. So really excited to be partnering with the Highlands Commerce Guild on this, and hoping that we can get a big turnout, a lot of positive media for the Highlands, and appreciate all that you all are doing to help make that event possible. Happy to
Well, we
answer any
can,
questions.
go.
I was just gonna say, any questions, I'm happy to answer them.
Cassie, it's Rhonda from Anytime. When you do the community cleanup, do you have a starting point, like a place of gathering that you're going to start and you're going to have a path of where you're going? How's that going to work?
Well, it's a good question. Nick, you're online, and Nick is helping us work through the process. So Nick, why don't you jump in there and help her out?
Yes, we're inviting anyone who wants to participate in the cleanup on April 24th to come to the Mid-City Mall at about 10 a.m. on that Saturday, April 24th. We will have a variety of supplies available, including t-shirts, gloves, masks, and bags, of course, to put the litter in. So the meeting place, anyone is invited to come to the Mid-City Mall. Some of the neighborhoods may or may not want to come because they may just take up their own task in their neighborhoods and do their own thing without worrying about any supplies. But again, anyone is welcome to come to the Mid-City Mall 10 a.m. on that day to get any supplies they may need. And then from there, they can go back to their respective areas. The Highland Commerce Guild itself will kind of focus on the business corridor itself. So we will coordinate that. We'll have a little map that will kind of allow people to, we will designate a given area, let's say like between Highland and Grinstead Drive or something to that effect. So they will have a designated area to clean. So that is it in a nutshell.
Okay, one, sorry, I've done this a lot. What kind of protections are you putting in place for the people picking up trash? Are you gonna have a police car driving with us, or how's that gonna work?
We will instruct people to abide by the CDC guidelines, as well as from the governor. We will be handing out masks, and we will ask people to maintain their, unless it's a family member, to maintain their, their social distancing of 6 feet or more. So I think people are pretty much aware of the precautions, but we will reinforce that and make sure everybody is aware of that.
And just to, we're also going to have District 8 little hand sanitizer, individual ones for the first however many volunteers as well. So something to kind of keep your hands clean while you're out picking up trash.
So Aaron, can you get me his contact information so I can communicate with him directly?
Yes, and he can put it on, he
Go
can
ahead.
put it in the system while we're online, Amy, right?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you should, Nick, you could just type it into the chat box.
Okay.
Then Rhonda, you should be able to see it. Just there's a little at the bottom of your screen. It says chat with a little
Yes.
bubble.
Yes.
And so if you pull that up, you can see it.
Rhonda, let me just give you the phone number real quick. That'll simplify things. It is 587
Okay.
8273.
Great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, thank you all, and look forward to a cleaner environment through all the efforts of everybody, the neighborhood associations, Highlands Commerce Guild, Cassie's office, Brightside's participating. A group activity we're really excited about, and with that, with safety in mind, also have the impact, the visual impact of getting some trash out of the area. With moving into more interesting concepts, what's been going on, we do have a representative from the Louisville Tourism today to give us some ideas and thoughts about what's going on to promote our area. Is that Nick? Is that supposed to be Nicole or Ryan or?
It should be Nicole Fitzpatrick, I'm sorry.
All right. Well, let's.
She may be joining us in a few minutes late, so you might want to.
No problem. We can move on because we have more excitement in the area. As I mentioned earlier, that Georgia Sweet Potato Pie Company, interesting, and I've heard Dawn speak about the path they've been on, but it's exciting to go from what they baked at home into a brick and mortar setup. So Dawn and Deyago, please enlighten us about your journey.
Awesome. Well, good morning. Good morning. And I just want to give you a heads up that at 9 o'clock, I'm going to have to jump off and go to another Zoom meeting, but Deyago will stay on, okay?
Well, I know that he is up to the challenge.
He is awesome. So yes, so Deyago and I, we actually started Georgia Sweet Potato Pie Company in 2016. We actually started because we wanted to start a nonprofit to be able to help children. And we sold our first pie at the Flea Off Market, if any of you guys are familiar with that. And then we actually moved to the Bardstown Rd Farmers Market right here in the Highlands. And so we have been at the Bardstown Rd Farmers Market since 2017, I believe it was. We have built a strong following with our farmers market customers. And so over the last couple of years, our business have grown. You know, we have been able to help a lot of children in a lot of different capacities. And then last year, our sales pretty much doubled when a lot of the small businesses were, you know, having a really hard time. You know, being that we have built a strong following at the farmers market, when, you know, a lot of our customers, when there wasn't food available at the grocery stores, the farmers market's crowd increased, which means it increased our sales. So then we needed to find a brick and mortar. And so 1559 came available. It was a perfect location for us. It was a perfect location for us to put our free library that we give children free books. And the rest is history. So that's a little bit about us in a nutshell within like a minute.
Well, you started off with a core, I know the sweet potato pie, but now you had more than that when I was down there. Now, how did you expand your line?
So everything we make is infused with sweet potato. We actually started the company with making sweet potato pies, but it did expand to like sweet potato brownies, cupcakes. We really believe in partnering with local small businesses because I understand that as a business owner, I can't do everything. So we collaborate with Louisville Cream to make our sweet potato pie ice cream. We collaborate with Elizabeth and Todd Cazito to make our sweet potato pie cookies. And so we have cookies, ice creams. We even have a home line where we collaborate with a local business here called the Jamersons. And they actually take our sweet potatoes and infuse it into the soy candle or soy wax and make our candles, our room wax, and our sprays. So we have a little bit of something for everybody. From if you don't eat sweet potato, hey, you can come get a candle. If you love sweet potato, hey, you know, and then I tell people, you know, we have a lot of people say, do you have gluten-free stuff? No, we don't sell anything gluten-free. We do have a vegan pie that we do sell, but our candles are dairy-free, calorie-free, gluten-free. So, hey.
Well, it's good to know that there's many ways to enjoy your new business and products. Do you have anything in the works? What, like a drum roll? What would be coming in the future with as you progress into the Bardstown Rd area?
Well, here's what I tell people. So I tell people all the time that we are not a pie company. We are a company that love people. And so we demonstrate that love by giving books of inclusion, diversity, acceptance, and character building to children. But we do have to sell pies to keep our doors open and to be able to purchase more books. So what I would just like the community to know is that, you know, spread the word that, you know, the parents can bring their children into our location, pick up a book. There's no purchase necessary. If you guys know anyone that would like to donate books, we take new and gently used books. They can donate books to us and we will put them out so parents can come get them. We're trying to partner with like some other community agencies to let them know so they can get the word out for us that we have free books here. So, you know, we do sell dessert and I need people to come buy the dessert so we can continue our mission, which is giving the books away. But we exist to be a blessing and to plant seeds in the lives of children. One of the things I'm working on now, and hopefully we can have our dedication in May, is that we're about to actually put a little library out in the front of our business. So when we're closed, children can still come and get books actually when we're closed. So I'm working with the library, and hopefully maybe some of the COVID restrictions can be lifted. So I can collaborate with the library to maybe we can have a dedication and maybe have a story time reading just to dedicate our little library. So that's some of the things that we're working on now, and hopefully that's going to take place in May.
Well, you bring some excitement this morning and really can feel the energy, and cannot thank you enough. And for, I believe several people have tuned in because they heard our gift card today for our drawing will be some of your products for a $25 sampling of what you can put together for them. So,
Hey, Aaron.
Yes.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I do want to throw in a little testimonial about Georgia's sweet potato pie. I talked to both those power people back around 2016, and when she says she's going to do something, when those two say they're going to do something, they do it. This is exactly the trajectory and everything. This is what they had planned. This is I think the ideal of a small business in Louisville that, works to help the community, sees the need in the community, and they did it the right way. They did it their way, and I'm just hats off to them. I just think they're wonderful.
Well, thank you very, very much for that, Christy. And I can say that I enjoyed my visits over there, and very thankful they could take the time to make their presence known. I believe Nicole has joined us, and we're working towards sort of the enlightenment of what's going on to promote the Louisville area, and of course the Highlands. We're a little selfish every now and then, but it's Nicole Fitzpatrick is from the Louisville Tourism. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. I do apologize. I literally just got my laptop back working, but it's still not allowing me to log into my emails. So I literally had to use my phone. I was glad to catch a little bit of the Georgia sweet potato pie segment. We recently and purchased Georgia sweet potato pie. I'd heard so much about it on social media, and a couple of friends were like, "Oh, you got to go." So I stopped by there, met Dawn and her husband, and listened to the story, which I was just delighted to be able to hear about how they got started and everything she's doing. We at Louisville Tourism recently purchased some pies for a group that is in town. It is called the African American Travel Conference. We have about 200 motor coach planners. So that's a lot of money. That's potential money that we could pour into the city. These motor coach planners, their job is to bring groups all across the country, but we want them to come here. So when they arrived, part of their gift was Dawn's wonderful sweet potato pie. And I'm telling you, it's a huge rave at this conference that's being held at the Golf House. They started yesterday, and they are meeting and having appointments today regarding what places to visit in Louisville, itineraries, group discounts. Also, because the group is more of a senior citizen demographic. They have time to travel over a week of time on a bus and just visit different cities. They want to know about the CDC social distance guidelines. So Louisville Tourism, our tourism department, Nicole Twigg is the VP of that tourism department, held an reception event at the Ollie Center. It was a 2-hour event from all 6 floors. So it was a very heavy appetizers. I call it dinner. It was amazing. And then ended it on the lobby, and they kept people moving throughout the museum. So we were excited and are excited to have this group in town. It is our first official group conference we've held in a year. So you can imagine, we are showing them our city. We're doing sightseeing tours today. So I will be on that bus tour talking about Louisville, promoting all the community, because that's what we do and that's our job. We want everyone to visit the various pockets of Louisville that are the New Highlands, Clifton, South Scenic area. There's so many wonderful neighborhoods. So that's my passion. And I'm so happy to be on that bus today at noon and talk about the Highlands and the entire community. These motor coach planners are here until tomorrow. So we're very thankful for the warm weather, and they're from all over the nation. They're from Florida, they're from California, New York, Houston. I mean, they travel afar. Normally there's about 700 attendees, but due to some people have not received their vaccine or they're just a little afraid to travel, they were not able to come. But nonetheless, it's wonderful economic impact, and we're able to shine and show people it is safe to come to Louisville. Another thing I'm going to talk about is that regarding downtown, and I know you've seen press conferences regarding the March Madness, Robbie Valentine, Joey, the owner of Bruno's Pizza, Extreme Football owner, they all were on the news not too long ago talking about it is safe to be downtown. There's some construction. So I love the construction. When we had our press conference, there was a little noise, but the silver lining is that construction shows there's growth. And we recently have been hosting youth groups. So youth groups have been our core in keeping our hotels full. The youth groups that are coming to town, the cheerleading, the volleyball tournaments. We have another couple of huge volleyball tournaments that are coming in town, which with that being said, that provides 80% occupancy in our hotels. So our hotels are ready to open. Those who are furloughed are coming back on board to work. They're getting calls back to work. Galt House recently, as of last week, opened their restaurants of Swizzle, Jockey Silks, Walker's Exchange, Delwyn Bourbon. So it was wonderful to be able to go and visit and say, welcome back. We're glad to see you here. There's a new business called the Salad Chick located at 5th and Market. So she's having a ribbon cutting ceremony this Saturday. It is on social media. So we are trying to support all those new businesses and the old businesses to let them know if we are ready to work. We're ready for people to come back downtown. We're ready for meeting planners to come back and visit. We're ready for conferences. The Omni Hotel is due to open in a couple of weeks, along with 4th Street Live. I was just on the phone with Jenny Clements last week. And what we are doing in promoting Louisville as a whole, we would love for you to be able to list your events on gotolouisville.com. And I will share that link with Nick to share with you all. If you have any events, live music, a retail pop-up shop, so maybe something that's taking place down Bardstown or Frankfurt, I'm not sure who's on the call, but if you have anything taking place in your community, we really urge you to submit that to our events calendar. People come into town and they want to know, the first thing they do is they go to things to do. And we know there's always something to do in Louisville, but our visitors do not know if the community does not share it. So I'm going to share that link with Nick and ask you to please go on there. You do not have to be a partner with Louisville Tourism and submit your event. If the event does not qualify and our communications has criteria, I will reach out to you personally and say, are you able, if it has live jazz, that's entertainment. I'm gonna try to dig more information from you so that I can get it through the system to show up on the gotolouisville.com. That's our website. So I want to also mention the events. I know you've heard a couple events have been canceled. some of our large events, and that was earlier this year, in the past 3 months. However, looking forward, and that's what we're doing, we booked 13 events just in March. That is huge. We're doing better than most cities. So we have 13 events. Again, our youth groups is what is supporting us. Our East End hotels, airport hotels, South End hotels, Southern Indiana hotels are doing well regarding occupancy. They're doing better than the downtown location. The downtown location, of course, we think has something to do with Humana is a big core of visitor or patrons for restaurants. So as the city begins to open and these corporations go back to in office, we're going to see more restaurants open. Because of the CDC guidelines, and a lot of people have chairs outside, from what I am hearing from some of the 4th Street Live and those other locations, they're waiting for the weather to be more consistent so they can place the chairs outside and they're able to eat and occupy more and bring back those furlough employees that make it worthwhile for them to come back and earn a living. We are actually doing very well. We're working with Kentucky International Convention Center, Kentucky Exposition Center. We have over 30 events booked in July of this year. Compared to last year, we're up 60%. Of course, we still have some work to do, but compared to where we were at prior to like in the summer, we're delighted. Derby is coming up. We are through the grapevine, and I'm keeping my ears to the ground. A lot of companies are planning Derby parties. So there is a lot of business. There's a lot of people that are doing welcome gifts. They're the hats and fascinators. At our event yesterday, we had them to make their hats and fascinators, the men and women. And I mean, they were so excited. And at the event, we didn't know they were planning on wearing those hats to the event last night. And it was like a Derby party. It really was. So according to the Kentucky Venues, which manages and operates KEC and KIC, in 2019, I apologize, both venues hosted a total of 288 events, with an estimated economic impact of more than $361.6 million. In 2020, that total number of events went down to 109 due to the pandemic, with an estimated impact of more than $80.3 million. However, in 2021, there is an estimated total of 144 events just in 2021. So we are working diligently to get these events, get the new events here, get the old events recontracted, and then which we are expected to generate an economic impact of $182.4 million. In 2022, though, because we're working hard in 2022, planning for 2022, 2023, 2024. The estimated economic impact is expected to be more than $217.4 million. That is just for the year of 2022. So we want everyone to stay optimistic. We're urging everyone to come downtown, to come and visit the restaurants. The new restaurant called Parla is going to be opening downtown. We're also encouraging our downtown businesses to share the love, the ones that are open, and send people out to the Highland, Clifton, Nulu, South Scenic, Portland. We're wanting people to, and really, we want everyone to do it, just not the visitors. It is truly our community, me, you, my sons, my daughter, but everyone, the family. I'm always talking about go to restaurants, go to the retail stores, go to entertainment centers, support, because that truly is what is going to continue to breathe life into our city. It is our community, and it truly is up to us to save it. We are putting out a new visitor guide. The visitor guide is going to be digital due to some people, when we had talked about the visitor guide going digital, this was back in November, and some people are not comfortable getting books in the mail. Some people are not comfortable receiving items in the mail. However, we're seeing a huge increase of people going to our website. We've seen, I think it's 20% increase of people going to our website, looking at things to do, places to go. So with that being said, we said we got to get this information in front of visitors who are thinking about coming to Louisville. Highlands Guild has always been a great supporter of the visitor guide. And we have the Highland, I should say districts, I apologize. I just got an email concerning later. But all our advertisers received a complimentary ad. And we do that as a way of saying, we understand what you're going through. We want to promote you. We are here for you. So your ad was at no cost, and we thank you for your support. As soon as the digital ad is out, we are working on the finalization. Our VP is looking at it now, and then as soon as it's out, it will be shared with Nick. I also want to encourage you to, if you have an Derby event that's taking place, please put that on our calendar. We ask everyone to do it about a week in advance of your event, if you have a Derby event or any other event.
Wonderful. Nicole, I can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
I can now. You just sort of went away.
Okay, I apologize. So that concludes that concludes my presentation about Louisville tourism and what is taking place and how we're trying to promote. Also, we are asking that if you are a restaurant, and I might be able to get that list from Nick, we are listing all of our restaurants on our website at no cost. We're trying to promote our city. We're trying to help our restaurant industry. So I might get that list from Nick, or to make sure that we have everyone that's in the community represented. And we post it with 1 to 2 sentences and then 1 photo. But our primary goal is to push people to your community, push people in our community to go out and say, support, let's support everyone. Thank you.
Wonderful. Well, it sounds, well, the good news is our community is adjusting to all the craziness, and we're starting to move forward with a new attitude and a better view on what's going on. With the additions of what you're doing, and again, a lot of the online presence that you're encouraging and offering, as the dust settles, I can see where we can regain some of the to go to that you're trying to promote, because that's sort of our patterns have been interrupted, and now we're trying to get the tourism back to the Highlands. So cannot thank you enough for your continued help and some of the new twists that you're all working on to just reopen the lines.
Yes.
Are there any questions for Nicole? One thing that was on my mind, how you told us about some of the immediate things happening of people coming to town, but have there been some new gains it might be 6 months out, but some of these events that you're talking about are more getting ready to happen? Are there some maybe 6 months to a year out that would add to the excitement.
We are working on a few large events. We're not able to say it at this moment because we need to, because of the pandemic, it's changed how we operate things. And
I don't believe that. Nah.
But there are announcements. I would love, and I want you all to be part of the announcements. We put out something called the Bourbon Brief. And this is a newsletter that is released every 2 weeks. And to make sure that you're kept in the loop, I'm gonna make sure I get a list from Nick of everyone, an email, and it just gives you a list of all of our events that's taking place. I work primarily in marketing, advertising, and in a partnership realm. I find out about what sales is doing pretty much when everyone else finds out, or right before it goes to press. We do have a couple events that are going to take place, or conferences that we're working on. It's huge, but until that contract is absolutely signed, we're not allowed to say anything. I will say one of the things that's coming down the pipeline that's going to take place on July 1st, Ms. Karen Williams, President and CEO of Louisville Tourism currently, is retiring. And our new President and CEO will be Cleo Battle, Battle. He is currently our Chief Operating Officer. He will resume Karen's role on July 1st of this year. So he is already pretty much, I don't know if you saw him on the news yesterday, WDRB, promoting that we are hosting our first event or conference of this year. Not a tournament, but our actual conference, and what we're doing to go after those dollars. And because there's a lot out there, and because of bourbon, because of horses, equestrian, Kentucky, the warm hospitality that I always hear about, and when I travel, people want to come to Louisville. It's always amazing. As I was working the reception last night, and my job is to help people off the bus. And what I constantly hear is the warm hospitality. And people are so nice. Those are the comments. And these meeting planners, I had a meeting planner yesterday that said, can you help me plan a trip? We're coming from Florida. We're going to stop in a few states, but we want to stay in Louisville. So I connected her with the person, and that's what that's our job, and that's what we do. So you will hear more about Cleo's plans and vision for Louisville tourism very soon.
Well, I said earlier, this edition is sort of focusing on trash because Derby coming up, we're doing community cleanup. And so it's always good to talk trash with you.
Okay. Thank you. Right. Appreciate the opportunity. Yes.
Hi, Nicole. Can you please give your contact information in the chat box, please?
I definitely will.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Great. And also include Amy in the loop, Nicole, because we will coordinate an e-blast about the Bourbon Brief.
Okay. Wonderful.
Yes. Well, I cannot, it's always exciting to hear the news, what's up and coming, the possibilities of it. And again, I think I've reached my point too. It's time to sort of get back into the day-to-day and with attention to safety, but still change this isolation. It's a very different world for me on this. But following with our footprint, we're entering in before today, we were going to try a little bit different in the sense of the gift card. And after we do shameless promotions, I will ask, is Cassie still on board? I was trying to, I know everybody's got.
Yeah, she left, Aaron.
That's okay. Well, then Diego, would you
Yes.
be willing to pick a number between 1 and 20? And Diego's whoever, and I just wrote down all these names and I wrote numbers beside the name. So Diego's the reason why someone's going to be happy today. So,
okay. I think number 17.
all right. Well, number 17 happens to be Dustin Edge. Dustin, are you on? He was on earlier.
Yeah, I'm here.
Well, can you tell us how overwhelmed and excited you are to be the grand prize winner today?
I'm very excited. I've had their products before when I went to the farmer's market. Yeah, they're great.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, if you would, Nick, you physically have the card, yes?
That is correct.
All right, Dustin, how about you connect with Nick to receive the card?
Okay, thank you so much.
Well, I'm glad you're tuned in. Now, we're not over with. We do have time for shameless promotions. Now, I realized in the beginning, I asked people to introduce themselves, and not everyone did. So if anyone who's not introduced themselves would like to say hello and what they're up to, maybe they have some shameless promotion as well.
Well, I'm going to jump in here while I can. And
You
forgive
go,
me
girl.
that I'm driving now. But this is Christy Jarbo. I am the Senior Economic Development Manager with Louisville Forward and Louisville Metro Government. Yay, tourism. Loving what you do for economic development. So we are at the tail end of a $27 grant program. We distributed all the funds by November of last year, and it was for the period where basically the pandemic started from March 1st to December 30th. That's when we had to get all the funds out the door. So they went to small businesses all over the city, and we're happy to say that many folks, while it was kind of a difficult process, because we learned a lot about bookkeeping and all those things that businesses need to do that they might not be doing. But we feel like that we did play a part in saving some of the businesses that will be visited when people come back out of their homes. So that's exciting. We also have helped facilitate another grant and loan program that Park Community Credit Union is facilitating. The grant program is for businesses in 9 neighborhoods in West Louisville. A lot of the businesses don't have access to the sort of SBA programs that a lot of other people are. So Park Community is a great partner in really understanding those kinds of businesses, the super small businesses, the businesses in lower income areas. So they're a great partner for that. And of the SBA, the SBA has multiple programs now available for small business, including starting in April, one that's specifically for, we've got, shuttered venues like Headliner, and then another restaurant recovery program to keep our restaurants alive. So that's on our website, and I'm just, spread the word. If you need something, reach out to me, and I will give you all the information you need.
Thank you, Christy, so much. It's good to see you again. Speaking of Park Community, one of our new board members is Adema Perez. And I know that Karen Filson has been very, very active with us. And I think she has been listening this morning. On our Facebook account, I did take the information for contacting. And again, I'm sure if you all want to talk to Adema, you can go to chat and give your information to her if you have interest in knowing about the new program. Christy It was breaking up a little bit, but she was accurate in the information she was giving out. I just had a hard time hearing it because of the interference I was getting from it. But the information is available, and we're so fortunate that Park Community Credit Union is represented on our board as well. So what other
Aaron?
shameless promotions you got? Does somebody want to
Aaron?
talk about that?
Aaron,
Hey, girl.
good morning. Yeah, I came on just a few minutes late, so if I could take just a second to thank Christy for her shameless promotion of us. The grant has just been overwhelmingly received. In just a couple of days' time, we received over 300 requests.
Wow.
300 applications. So the response and the need is absolutely out there. So we feel very blessed to have the opportunity, to award the money back to the community. So I will put my name and my contact information in the chat box. Adema did have to jump off. It's her daughter's birthday, so she's taken the day off to spend it with her daughter. But I will put my information in there, and I encourage anyone to reach out to me that might need assistance. I'm glad to see you all here. The Highland Commerce Guild, the board, Aaron and his team do a wonderful job giving back to the community, and I encourage you all to get involved. So thank you for being here today, and look for my information in the chat box, and I invite you to share your information with me. Anything else, Aaron, I can help you with?
I know who to call when I need the help.
Thank you.
Good to see you too.
Good to see everyone.
All right. Now I know there's a few people who haven't spoken yet, so we got a few minutes here. So please jump on, let us know what you're up to.
Hi there. Nice to see everyone. I haven't been to a Highland meeting in quite some time.
Well, welcome back. Welcome back.
I'm glad to see everyone here. And it looks like we're opening up, but I will say that through the pandemic, the farmers markets have led the way because they've stayed open the entire time. And so I've been over at the New Albany farmers market after, for years I was at Bardstown Road Market, and there are quite a few Louisville businesses at New Albany, and then Indiana businesses are over here on Bardstown Road. So it's this synergy. Louisville, especially the Highlands, has had a long time relationship with New Albany. So that's going well.
Well, now, Jeanette, I know it sounds crazy, but not everybody knows Going Nuts. So please tell us your business.
Yes, hi, I'm the owner operator of Going Nuts, hot roasted almonds and pecans. So, of course, with the festivals down, my business was absolutely non-existent. So, but the good news here is that we have some festivals are coming back. I know the Gaslight Festival in J-Town is back. I'm still waiting a word on World Fest. So we're gradually getting back. We hope we don't have this fourth wave surge. That's kind of a little scary there. But so I hope to be up and running. And here's the other news. If I can get one of these grants floating around out here, Going Nuts will probably go brick and mortar, because my job as a social worker was eliminated. So the business where I was working shut its doors. So I'm just one of many unemployed social workers at this point. But social workers never stop working. So I've done a lot of work online. I just got finished with my 30th panel presentation at the United Nations. So if anybody wants to know what's going on at that international level, a lot of focus there on the economic impact of COVID-19 that's had on women and their careers and women and business. It's a serious, serious issue. As is the rising violence against women. Those were the things that were really a focus. Give me a call or a ring if you want to have another conversation about that. But as far as Louisville goes, and I have something to share about Tyler Park Neighborhood Association is having an Easter egg hunt. Okay, this Saturday at 11 a.m. It starts at 11 a.m. It is socially distanced over 12 acres. So there is, you know, different segments and volunteers. So all of the masks are required. We have hand sanitizers, all of those things. So Tyler Park Neighborhood Association has never closed as well. And we have events, and I'll keep you informed of what those events are coming up through the year.
Thank you, Jeanette. We're running out of time. I want to thank you so much, but honestly, with your business going nuts and your therapy background, I can see a new product coming out, therapy through nuts. I can see it. All right, anyone else?
May I have a moment to speak?
Well, please.
Hi, everyone. My name is Dustin. I'm here on behalf of the Deer Park Neighborhood Association, and I just wanted to speak for a moment about a new event that we're planning for this July, a music event. It's called Porch Fest, and the concept, it happens all over the country, actually, in different iterations, but the concept is that different musicians from throughout the city will come and perform on the porches of people in the neighborhood. And there'll be, we'll be following CDC guidelines and have a very safe event and so forth. But we wanted to ask the Guild if they had any ideas for funding, because we'd really like to support the artists as much as possible. And so that was basically the main reason we were here. We've spoken to the Federation of Musicians, and they have some ideas with the Collective Music Partnership, which may or may not help in this regard. But we just wanted to let everyone know about the event and see if anybody had any ideas that we might not have considered yet. So that was basically it.
Well, I appreciate the heads up on that, Dustin, because we are working with Cassie as a group. It's the Highlands Commerce Guild plus the neighborhood associations, and we are discussing that very topic on how to make a couple of events that we're working on. July Porch Fest was part of the conversation, but we're also looking at doing a business support day or evening support in April the 16th. I think it's a Wednesday. So there's many people discussing exactly what you're asking for.
Okay, great. Thank you for the opportunity. I appreciate it.
Well, and congratulations.
Aaron, I wanted to jump in there because Tyler Park has done some porch party type of issues through the pandemic. Dustin, give me a ring. I'm putting my email in the chat box.
Okay, thanks so much. I will.
Wonderful. Now we're down at the midnight hour here, or the midnight minute. Does anyone else have something of excitement or highly self-indulging promotion?
I do want to say something. Again, this is Nicole Fitzpatrick with Louisville Tourism. On May 26th at 10 a.m., we are doing a series at the Louisville Stoneware, and it is a hybrid event. So it could be in person and Zoom, and it is at no cost. It is 21 for 21, and the topic is 4 pivotal words to improve your marketing. So this is, if you own a business, if you're about marketing your business, this is the session for you. I just sent it, shared it with Nick, and asked him to share it with you all. So I won't take up much of your time, but you just need to register. It's no cost. You do not have to be a partner. And it is Gathan Borden. He is with Visit Lex. He has won many awards for his creative ways of marketing. And he's going to grace us with ways to be a marketing success.
Wonderful. I feel e-blast coming on. Keep it up. Keep it up. Well, I cannot thank you all enough for coming today. And again, April's exciting because Derby cleanup. Don't discount us. Don't, we're going to talk trash. We're going to pick trash. And we look forward to seeing you all again at the end of the month. Thanks again for joining us. And by all means, any questions, please give us, contact us. Always call me direct, 417-7610, 417-7610. Thank you.